Hi Stephanie, how are you today?
I'm good.
Alright, well my name's Megan. Today we're going to be meeting for a little bit to kind of talk about things that have been going on. First things first, I just kind of want to talk about confidentiality. Anytime you're in a session with me, what you say is confidential, which means it won't leave this room. The only times that I have to break this confidentiality is if there is a chance that you could be a harm to yourself or others. With that, I do have a mandatory report. But other than that, anything you say will stay in this room and it stays between us. If you have any questions about that, just let me know. And if not, we can go on and continue.
Okay.
Alright, sounds good. The first thing that I kind of want to do is tell you what we'll be doing today. Because this is our first session, the first thing I'd like to do is get some more background information on you, kind of where you're at right now in life, a little bit about how you grew up and that type of stuff. And then I kind of want to get right into the things. I want to talk about the real reason you're here and kind of get down to maybe a goal that we can set for the next time that we meet. Does that sound good? Okay, awesome. So first thing, just tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I go to school and I'm only here because my mom wanted me to come here. I don't really want to be here. So yeah.
Okay. And you say that your mom wanted you to come here. Is that kind of a theme in your life, maybe?
Yeah, it feels like I always do what she wants me to do.
Okay.
Or like I have to do what she wants or expects.
Okay. And does this ever match up with things that you want to do, or do you feel maybe you're pushed in different directions than you would go?
I mean, sometimes, but I feel like most of the time not.
Okay. A little bit more about your family. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a couple younger brothers and sisters.
Okay. Do you feel like your mom treats them the way that she treats you and kind of leads them to live a life?
I think a little bit with like my middle sister, but my younger brother definitely not. Like
Okay.
He can do whatever he wants and it's fine.
Okay. And when your mom kind of pushes you to do these things, does it make it harder for you to do them?
Yeah, I don't want to do it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I could definitely see that. So why do you feel like you came in to see me today?
So my mom thinks that I have an eating disorder, which I don't agree with, but it's what she says, so that's why I'm here.
Okay, so this is kind of another one of those things that your mom kind of set for you to do. Okay, well, I mean, I want you to know that we're here for you, so we're going to work through things that you want to work through. If there is something going on, then we can get to the bottom of that, but I want this time to be beneficial for you. So with that being said, let's kind of talk about, maybe why your mom thinks that you might have an eating disorder. Are there things that are going on at home that might lead her to believe that?
She just thinks that I don't eat enough when I'm at home.
Okay. And now you say that your mom pushes a lot on you and your mom makes these assumptions about you. When she does that, what kind of emotions does that bring up for you?
It makes me mad at her.
It makes you mad?
Yeah, it makes me not want to talk to her or be around her.
Okay. So are there ever times when you're around your mom when you're not angry?
I mean, not really.
Not really. Okay, so mad, anger maybe is the main emotion for your mom. Okay. And what about your mom makes you angry?
I just feel like she has like really high expectations of like who I'm supposed to be, and I like try my best to like do what I can, but it just seems like it's never enough for her.
Okay. So do you think that that's more about you as a person or what you're doing? Like what about you is not enough for your mom?
I don't know. I feel like it can be a lot of different things. Like sometimes she just wants my grades to be higher, or like she wants me to spend more time with the family, and if I don't, then like she just gets mad and then I get mad. So just stuff like that.
Okay, so it kind of seems like a vicious cycle, like maybe you can never win.
Yeah.
Okay. And now with you feeling like you can never win, and kind of your mom being the one that's always telling you that, what does that maybe tell you about yourself? What kind of thoughts does that bring up about yourself?
It just makes me feel bad about myself when I can't, like, uphold what she wants of, like, the expectations that she has of me.
Okay. So it makes you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine that that's a good feeling.
No, it sucks.
Yeah. So when you feel bad about yourself, what does that maybe tell you about you all the way down to the core?
It just makes me feel like she's disappointed in me as a daughter, and so it just makes me feel like I'm a bad person.
That you're a bad person?
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, is you being a bad person, is that the way that you see yourself?
I mean, I try not to, but I feel like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Stephanie, what I want to do now is kind of take that thought of you being a bad person and maybe you not being enough,
Mm-hmm.
and what I'd like you to do is write a T-chart.
Okay.
On one side, we're going to put things that support the fact that you're not enough and that you're not a good person. And then on the other side, we're going to put things that oppose that.
Okay.
Does that sound all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead right now and just make a little T-chart. One side supporting, one side against. And just come up with as few or as many things as you can to support or deny that claim.
So what's something that I can start with?
Well, I would say that for against you not being a good person, you're in school for social work, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I mean, right there, you're setting yourself up for a career that'll help other people.
Yeah. And then for 4, I don't feel like I get the grades that she wants me to.
Okay.
And then against, I take care of my younger siblings a lot.
Okay.
So I think
That's a very positive thing.
and then I work outside of school too. And I don't know, that's all I got.
Okay. So let's take a look at this list really quickly. So in the 4 category, when you kind of agree that you're a bad person, the only thing that we have written down is grades. So I kind of want to challenge that for a second, and I want you to tell me your opinion. Do you think that grades make you a good person or a bad person?
No, not really.
Okay. So I think maybe the reason that we feel that way is because our mom kind of puts that on us a little bit. So that was the only thing in the 4 category of you not being good enough, and being a bad person. So I think right off the bat, we're kind of looking at the things that are against that. So the first thing that you put was school, right? So you're in school for social work, a very, very positive thing. Your whole career will revolve around helping people. The next thing that we put was taking care of your siblings, right? So you've kind of stepped into this role of maybe being a motherly figure for them and taking care of them a little bit. And that's completely against you being a bad person and not being good enough. And then you also put work. So the fact that you're in school taking care of your siblings and working shows that you have a really good work ethic, and that you're probably a very positive role model for your siblings as well. So after kind of reading those, what do you feel about that?
I think it's easier to see that it's not as like I shouldn't feel as bad about it as I do.
Absolutely. And I know that it's not going to immediately go away, and that we're not going to immediately, think all these amazing things. But that leads me to my next thing. I do have a little bit of homework for you. The next time that maybe you get mad at your mom, I want you to sit down. I'm going to give you a little journal. and I want you to kind of write the underlying emotion as to where that anger came from. Because anger is almost always a secondary emotion, so there's usually something going on. So I want you to write that down, and then I want you to make a T-chart. I want you to always do a for and against on your thought process, okay? We're really going to challenge some of these thought processes. So the next time we meet, I would like for you to have at least one of those written down. If you feel like there's more that you can do, awesome. The more that we can challenge, the better. But do you have any questions about that? Awesome. Well, thank you for coming in today, Stephanie. I'm looking forward to seeing you again.
Yeah.